welcome to this episode of the 502 Report. Officials at Metro Louisville want you to know that illegal dumping won't be taken lightly. In fact, employees at Metro Solid Waste are getting more creative and aggressive in tracking offenders down.
Let me get photographed first. We're going to look at it and see if we can find some stuff that might indicate where it came from.
Illegal dumping is a problem throughout our whole county. It's a quality of life issue. There are hazards associated with it, fire hazards, rats, mosquitoes. We get approximately 1,800 calls regarding illegal dumping each year.
Tree limbs and leaves and vines had been dumped right there in the back, and I had no idea who had done it.
This is the area behind the property where the brush was done. You really can't see the scope of what was here based on just the picture. Inspector
came by and told me I needed to clean it up. I explained I didn't do it and I didn't know who did, but he said, I'm liable for that. I was really, really upset about it. Couldn't afford to hire somebody to do it. It took me about a week to clear up everything, and I'm not a spring chicken, and it was not easy for me to do. And I hope this never happens again.
We actually try to find who the responsible party is, and we'll go after them.
Currently, I'm looking for a white pickup truck that's dumped 4 times over on Wilson Avenue. People that are dumping don't really dump too far from the neighborhoods, so I'm going to cruise some of the streets in this area. Basically, it looks like it's rental property, so we give the property owner a chance to clean up something that his tenant may have moved out and just put the stuff behind the property. So we're going to issue a notice of violation to the property owner, place these on the doors, and then we give the property owner 10 days to respond. We'll come back and look at it. If it's not gone, we haven't heard from them. At that point in time, we'll issue citations, and then the city will come out and clean it up, and we'll charge the property owner.
We were frustrated with the fact that we were issuing citations and these people didn't even acknowledge them. We needed to hit people where it really hurt and take away their ability to dump. The cameras actually use infrared and motion detection. It'll take a certain set of images. It will send those images to us. We got this guy so many times. He ended up paying $3,500 in fines. We really started to be able to make some good images of these people and started to do impounds in 2015.
Vehicles over here. We got him on camera 3 different times. We had a partial plate from his license on the picture. Same model truck, even had the same scrapes on it. It was him, definitely. We sent a crew out here to clean it up. See how far back it is. Yard waste was all the way out to this fire hydrant. Each individual dumping is a separate fine. This one's getting on $4,000. We need the police to tow the vehicle. Because when you go to tow somebody's vehicle, they're not prone to like it too much. So we usually go to the door and we explain to them what the citation is, what the evidence is, what he has to do, to let him know. Once you start towing a few, then it gets around. You hear people talking about it. That's the only way we're going to solve this problem. It's illegal dumping. I don't feel sorry for them. They know they're breaking the law.
It's just people taking advantage of a situation. When you could just pay the small amount to throw that away in its proper place, you don't want that to happen and you don't do it to anyone else.
Please bring your non-hazardous items to the Waste Reduction Center at 636 Meriwether Avenue. Louisville residents can drop off up to 3 household items like appliances or mattresses for free. Truckloads and 4 or more items will be charged a small fee. The Waste Reduction Center is open Tuesday to Friday 8 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 8 to 3 p.m. For questions or more information, go to louisvilleky.gov/solid waste or call MetroCall 311.
When we talk about 90% diversion of solid waste from the landfill, that's pretty strong. How are we going to do that?
The City of Louisville is launching a community-wide effort to figure out how to cut down drastically on landfill use, 90% by 2042. That's a 7% reduction each year. To help reach that goal, all interested parties are invited to the table.
Our citizens deserve that kind of ambition.
So we got a long way to go to get from approximately 52% to 90%. But we, with our community and people like y'all, I think we'll be able to do that.
About 60 people attended the first meeting at Metro United Way. They discussed how together, through collective impact, They can help the city reach its goal by reusing items instead of throwing them away or recycling them. Another meeting is in the works for April. If you'd like to get involved in the process, call Angela Futter at 574-4620.
The public Wi-Fi project really means access. This is my neighborhood, and we are depleted in a lot of ways. And honestly, internet connectivity is like a utility now. You can't function in this world without it.
I believe that if you're going to grow, you need to help other small businesses grow. And by doing that, when I bought this new building, I had office space. So I created fully furnished offices for individuals that have small businesses working out of their home, where they can have a conference room, they can have teleconferencing, they can have Wi-Fi, labor law posters, a notary, all in one place. And this helps a small business get on its feet.
Well, this was really a proof of concept. So we wanted to show, just by using this small footprint, what could really happen if we pull our resources together and look at ways to holistically address needs in the community. So we know we need connectivity for internet. We know there's blight. We know that there's a lot of foot traffic. So perhaps we could put access points around traffic areas that will provide internet resources for the residents in that area.
Well, not only do we have an incubator here and it helps small businesses, the Kentucky Recovery Resource Center has utilized the internet services because we have over 100 or so people that we house. And then you have people in the neighborhood. We have a bus stop right across the street. People have access to the internet through their cell phones. They get to come in and do job searches. And it's all done on the free Wi-Fi.
And so it really is just a creative way to show a proof of concept that hopefully we'll be able to scale up. It's a win-win for the community, and it's a great way to show that we can innovate while we build our way out of the problems that we see in our community.
I'm an advocate for the community. What I felt is that if my business can be utilized to help achieve goals, it's giving back. Nothing so much ensures the success of your business as to give back to the community, because you can't lose.
The Big Bellies are solar-powered units and actually compact the trash so they can fit up to 5 times as much. When they're full, smart sensors let the city know, so collections are done on an as-needed basis, saving time and resources. The West Louisville food port in that area has its first official tenant. Farmed Here, the country's largest and longest-running vertical farm, is leasing a 60,000 square foot space and investing $23.5 million in the project. Farmed Here expects construction to begin in August of this year and open in the fall of 2017. This project will create 40 jobs, including second-chance employment jobs.
We believe in everybody having a second chance.
Target and identify folks who may have made some mistakes in the past, who need another opportunity to re-engage in society and to re-engage in employment opportunities.
It's life-changing, quite honestly, for families.
In many ways, this has been a central focus of the office and a major part of our strategy, which is to sustain, strengthen, and nurture partnerships with folks who also share that passion and share that critical understanding that in order for us to reduce violence in our community, in order for us to increase safety in our city, folks need to have opportunities to provide for themselves and their families.
We have created a great relationship and partnership with the Division of Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods. So we're very excited to partner with the mayor's office and just reach out to the Louisville metro area and help as many people as we can get successful opportunities at Horseshoe Southern Indiana.
We'd reached out to some of our partners over at Horseshoe Casino here in the past year or so, talking about the need to create opportunities or to facilitate opportunities for folks to get re-engaged in the workforce. Horseshoe Casino graciously agreed to partner with us to have a career fair where they were offering approximately 100 jobs for folks who may have a record, who need some second chance employment opportunities, and for us to utilize some of our communication and networking to bring out some folks who were involved in some career readiness and career preparedness programs already.
We don't consider folks to be one strike, you're out. So we look for folks who are willing to get in and work hard, and we're going to take that chance with that individual. It's our goal to see everybody that applies and obtains employment with us be successful. That is always our goal. We employ applicants already who have a challenge with their background. And just to hear the feedback from those individuals, thanking us for giving them another chance and allowing them to grow and provide for their families, and then what it does for the community as well. So the communities begin to flourish because everybody's working, everybody's happy, everybody's successful.
We've grown to expect safe drinking water with the same reliability as heating our homes and turning on the lights. But the water crisis in Flint, Michigan has changed that. Take a look at how the Louisville Water Company helps give us safe drinking water and what the citizens of Louisville are doing to help the people of Flint.
How does the collection of used shoes affect the water situation in Flint, Michigan? The answer to that is best explained by a couple of experts.
Because their water was really bad, and we were delivering shoes to Flint, Michigan to get their water better. Flint, Michigan gets their good water.
And the people who don't have shoes get their shoes. It's not just one thing, you're doing two things. That's why we like doing this, and then don't spend any money too.
On February 20th, WaterStep held a shoe drive to benefit the community of Flint, Michigan, and received, literally, truckloads of donations.
Good morning. How are you? I'm great. How are you?
The shoes will be sold, with the proceeds contributing to the Flint Child Health and Development Fund. WaterStep is best known for their international work, assisting developing nations and providing clean water to those who live there.
You know, we're big folks on working in the developing world because that's where most of the issues with horrific sanitation and water supply is. And so at the same time, though, you can't be worried about somebody over there and overlook your neighbor over here. This effort has come out of that role that we've been a part of, that history that we're connected with, and this responsibility that we sense an urgency for.
This is where you take a sample. You're not quite sure what might be in here, but you add what you're looking for.
That urgency is also felt by Emily Fritz, a scientist at the Louisville Water Company who has been following the Flint water crisis with a professional interest.
Well, regarding Flint, there were several things that happened. The first was they switched their source water treatment. The water that they were receiving from Detroit had a corrosion inhibitor that's commonly added to the water. When they switched to the Flint River, that water was more corrosive, and they did not add that corrosion inhibitor to it.
Emily's work focuses on ensuring the water quality Louisville is known for is maintained at all stages, from collection to distribution, to what comes out of your faucet at home, performing over 200 tests a day.
So this instrument, you can tell it that lamp there is set for detecting lead, and you set the wavelength in your computer program, and then it will measure the amount of light absorbed in this furnace here. We have a corrosion control treatment that's been in place since the early days of the lead and copper rule. That was a requirement for all utilities in the country to initiate. So it's not just lead that we're looking for. Making sure that all heavy metals are not leaching out of pipes is our primary goal. We have the treatment side of things. We are very proactive on maintaining that treatment here at the plant, not just as it leaves the plant, but also maintaining that water quality out in the distribution system as well.
For the customers of the water company, there is a certain anxiety that comes with the news about Flint, Michigan. Could there be a problem with the water coming out of the faucets at home? This is a fear Emily works to allay, not only testing water distribution, but water samples submitted from people's homes.
For any customer that is concerned about their drinking water, we always advise them, call us. We are here to help. If you're specifically concerned about lead in your water, we will send you a lead testing kit. In that sense, we will mail it to you, you collect the samples, we'll come and pick them up from your house. This is all free service that we offer any customer that would like to receive the kit. We give you the results and we work with you to make sure that if there are problems, we help you identify them and resolve it. I feel very safe with monitoring and seeing those results every day, that the water we're receiving is good. It's very treatable, so we're really fortunate in that sense to have a good source.
To whom much is given, much is required. So we're in a community with all these assets, with this great history, with this great gift of water. It's our responsibility to find ways to give that away.
To whom much is given, much is expected. A mantra taken to heart by everyone, from WaterStep to the water company, MSD, and an inspiring young generation of Good Samaritans.
They need that water.
They sure do.
WaterStep collects and sells those donated shoes year-round to help fund clean drinking water efforts throughout the world. Look out for their bins throughout the community. Motivated by one 7th grader looking for service hours, students at St. Michael's School held a school-wide shoe drive competition. They collected 1,610 pairs of shoes as part of their effort. And this is the 10th year 24th District Councilwoman Madonna Flood is collecting personal items, toiletries, and snacks to send to troops stationed overseas.
This is just a small way to say thank you and that you are not forgotten.
You can drop off items at a variety of locations throughout the community or help contribute to the $16.50 cost of shipping each package by donating to the From the Heart account at your local Republic Bank. For more information on what's needed, call the District 24 office at 574-1124 or go to the Our Part From the Heart page on Facebook. The 30-story Omni Hotel and Resorts broke ground recently and will offer hotel and apartment space, a grocery store and restaurant, along with other features.
Now the numbers alone are impressive for this project. 612 guest room and suites, 760 construction jobs, 320 permanent jobs.
This is the brand's first hotel in Kentucky and will reflect the spirit of our city and the Commonwealth.
It's hard to build these big 800,000 room hotels that aren't just cookie cutters, that are unique and have quality service. It's hard to service 1,000 rooms or 800 rooms with 4-star, 4-diamond service. And that's what Omni, and that's what Mike and his team have been able to do.
The $280 million Omni is set to open in 2018 as the city's tallest hotel at Liberty and 2nd Street. You might have heard the expression, too many cooks spoil the broth. But a new business in the Russell neighborhood is betting that more cooks in their kitchen will just lead to a richer flavor for the city of Louisville.
On November 6, 2015, the former Jay's Cafeteria building opened up as Chef Space.
It's growing.
Chef Space is more than just shared commercial kitchen space. We're what's called a food incubator, and we're focused on helping food entrepreneurs take their business from good to great. From business and accounting technical support to a professionally trained chef helping our food entrepreneurs make better decisions in the kitchen. Of the 16 members that we have now, there's something special about each one of them. They have a drive or an interest in making a lifestyle out of food entrepreneurship.
One of the first chefs to fire up the ovens was Emmy Dunnigan, a 17-year-old Assumption senior who will be attending Sullivan University in the fall.
My products are miniature cakes, baked goods, and any pastry. Right now I'm selling to Heine Brothers. I'm in 5 locations. I'm here almost every day baking to prepare for Heine Brothers throughout the week. It's a big job, but I enjoy it. My goal within the next 1 to 2 years is to get a food truck, and then within 10 years I want to have a storefront.
It's a little more firm. Chef Space has been wonderful. It is an opportunity to start a small business without a lot of the cost. They provide all of the major equipment, and they provide direction in helping your business grow as well.
We are prepared to help folks in every different stage of their business growth. One thing that we do like to look at and help coach our members as part of our business and marketing support is helping them find a scalable or repeatable product that can go out into the marketplace.
I make weird jams and jellies is what I do. I make whatever flavors of jams and jellies I wake up from my fever dreams with. I've been cooking out of Chef Space since they opened. In that time, I've made something like 1,500 jars of jelly. The space is really, really great because it allows me to be fully licensed and do everything completely legally without having to buy my own space or do some of the major commitments that a business might have to make to get a fully licensed production facility. The biggest help has been them teaching me how to do dishes on the bigger scale and clean up after myself, which has been a fun little adventure.
As Chef Space grows, they plan on increasing the services they provide to the community, eventually opening a coffee shop and event space at their location on Muhammad Ali. The Tom Wallace Recreation Area of Jefferson Memorial Forest draws thousands of people each year, but some of the park features date back to the 1980s and need improvements. Take a look at some of the plans that'll make it more enjoyable for visitors.
Tom Wallace Recreation Area is the first area of the forest that was open to the public in 1948. It's our most popular recreation area for fishing, for picnicking. A lot of people get married here, you'd be amazed. But it's got a lot of space that really is not functional to the degree we want it to be. So the restroom facilities are old and not functional. We don't have drinking water from a water fountain here either. There's not a trail that goes all the way around the lake that's suitable for the kind of traffic that we get right now. We're now up to 350,000 visitors at the forest as a whole, which is nearly a doubling in the last few years. This particular park needs a lot of improvements to make it able to handle the amount of visitation that we have. So we're really excited about the opportunity to do that. One of the major issues here at the forest, and something that we want to really be doing a better job of, is as we design new upgrades to the forest, really make it suitable for people with disabilities to have options to experience nature at hand. We want to make sure that the new restroom facility that's proposed here is ADA accessible and that the pathways are accessible. And not only that, that we can give people the opportunity to go a little farther around the lake and maybe have access to better fishing locations that are ADA accessible. Shelters, you can see, are kind of built at different times. The issues related to erosion around these because of the way they're placed in the landscape. We really want to upgrade these shelters and make them kind of state-of-the-art for this type of park. Part of the things we want to do is potentially convert this to a sort of a wetland area, more of an education area where we have opportunities to show people about nature, kids particularly. We really want to create better access for the canoeing program that we do for the public. You can see as we get to the shoreline here, the amount of activity we have right on the bank is eroding the bank itself. So that's really not good at all for the long-term prognosis for this lake. We want to make sure that as we design these park improvements, that we have hardened access around the lake where we can deal with the amount of people that we have now and the amount of people that we're probably going to have in the future. This is one of the historic picnic areas that we've had in the park. It's functional, but we would like to see what we can do to maybe expand this a little bit and make it more attractive for the public. Over time, we've got these pathways that have been created that are eroding out. It's a constant issue to try to stay on top of that. And it's a type of feature that we don't really have a lot of. So it's a stream with a small waterfall, which is really something very attractive you'd like to stumble upon every once in a while. Unfortunately, this historical entry road to the park actually crosses right on top of that feature. Because of the design, over the years there have been multiple repairs, multiple failures, and so that process is going to continue unless we have a long-term solution, which is, we think, moving the bridge. But the other reason is the road crosses over the stream and takes away the opportunity to really have a larger area on one side of the road, which is a safer idea than on both sides for the public to enjoy. So moving the road potentially gives us the opportunity to have a larger area where we can establish, using the stream, some nature play areas, which is a new concept now to get kids back in touch with nature by creating opportunities for them to explore, and then also some public events. So it just really creates some opportunities.
If you have feedback on the plans, email parks@louisvilleky.gov. 5-person teams of designers, athletes, and engineers are encouraged to get their creative juices flowing in preparation for Flugtag.
The great new festival, Bull Flugtag.
Red Bull's Flugtag is coming to Louisville, challenging competitors to build and pilot homemade human-powered flying machines like these into the Ohio River.
When people come to Louisville, we want them to have a authentically unique Louisville experience. And so not only do they get that 24/7, but with Flugtag and these fine citizens participating on top of that, I guarantee you they will not forget their visit to Louisville.
The event's been held all over the world since 1991 and will take place in Louisville at Waterfront Park August 27th. It's free to enter, but you'll need to submit your craft designs to redbullflugtag.com by May 1st. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the 502 Report. Until next time, take care.
Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro government.